We're on the field with head coach Jack Wright after a 38-20 win up here at Wesson against Copiah-Lincoln. Jack, what do you think about that performance tonight from your team?
Really, it kind of relates back to the other 4 wins that we had before this. It's taken both sides at some point during the game. It's taken special teams at some point during the game. It's taken players that have made exceptional plays. It's taken assistant coaches getting guys in the right spot. So just a complete group effort. And that's very pleasing to know that everybody's kind of pulling together to get these wins.
Your defense was good. You got a couple interceptions, a couple fumble recoveries. What'd you see out of that group tonight?
You know, I said it last week. It's the same thing. We've got a good defense. They're very difficult to move the football on. They're very disruptive. They're hard to block. And I saw the same thing tonight. Obviously, Jackie had a huge play there in the first half with the pick 6. It was a great interception to begin with, and then I don't know how he stayed in bounds going down the sideline right there. He kind of did a tightrope, but he's an exceptional player. He's been a really good player for us for 2 years, and glad to see him get in the end zone. And really, that kind of turned the game. We were a little more comfortable at that point. I think that put us up 24-0. So we were able to relax a little bit and run some stuff that we felt like would allow us to move the sticks.
What'd you see from your offensive team? Only, I think, about 241 yards offensively. Not a great night offensively, but you did what you needed to do, I thought.
Yeah, I mean, we put the points on the board. We did really good in the red zone. That's been a big concern. We've moved the ball better than we have tonight at times, both running and throwing. But tonight we were really good in the red zone. We were able to punch it in, and that's kind of why the score wound up kind of like it was. But really, to be honest with you, Don, really didn't think we would be able to run the ball as well as we did tonight. You know, that was very pleasing, especially in the second half, to be able to line up, hand off, and get first downs at the end. That really was the difference in the game. It was kind of tit for tat up until that point, but when our offensive line and our running backs just made up their mind that they were gonna chew up some ground, then that's when we really started taking the game over.
202 yards rushing, and there at the end you were able to really run out the clock there in the fourth quarter by doing that. So that really helped.
The 2 drives, I think, one to end the third quarter and score, and then the one rushing touchdown that finished the drive for us in the fourth quarter. Really, that was the difference in the game. If you don't have those 2, or if we kind of stall out during that, then it's a really tight ball game. Copiah-Lincoln has a little bit of momentum at that point, and they're probably able to make it, very competitive at the end.
I came up and told you after the game that Northwest had gotten beaten, so that means we'll be at least third or probably second, because one plays 2 this weekend. What does that mean?
You're probably not going to like this answer, but it really means nothing, Don, at this point. Polls are great for everybody to talk about. It gives you, something to discuss around the country, but really, when we're like we are, we just have to try to win the next game. I mean, and focusing on anything different than that is not productive. And I look at the rankings like everybody else, so I'm guilty of being distracted. But the rankings will matter when it matters at the end, and so they don't matter right now. Everybody's got to just keep trying to win one game at a time.
I would have been disappointed if you had answered any other way. That was what I expected. In fact, we'll see an interview with Omni Wells coming up where he said the same thing.
Right.
Doesn't matter.
I think you're going to struggle getting a creative answer on that one.
Well, that's the nature of the game, and you're right. You need to be 1-0 every week, and that's
right.
what you have to do.
That's right.
We get a little extra time off because we've got homecoming next week, so we'll play in 10 days basically. What we all do differently this week?
Yeah, we're going to change it up a little bit. Our guys will get all day tomorrow, Saturday, and Sunday off. And, the older I get, the longer I do that, I think that's very important to let those guys have some time off, take their mind off of football, maybe get caught up on some studying, spend some time with family. I think they will just do better if we come back fresh on Monday after the weekend. So I'm proud they won, so they get a chance to have a very positive 3 days off, and then we'll come back on Monday and start working on Southwest.
And we're past the halfway mark of the season, of the regular season. That gives them time to get little nicks and bumps and bruises iced up a little bit longer and get healthy. We'll look forward to homecoming next week, Southwest and Perkins. So thank you, Jack.
Thank you, Don.
We're on the field with defensive back Jackie Matthews, a Primerica player of the game, 2 interceptions. Jackie, what did y'all's defense come out and prove tonight?
Well, all week we knew we would have a tough task to handle. I just tried to do my best, and my defense get the W. On the first one, we was in man coverage, and it was a tip ball, and it landed in my hands. I had to do what I had to do with it.
How about the second one? Second one was a pick 6, really changed the game, I think.
Yeah, the D-line got pressure, and he helped me out a lot.
What'd you see from the offense tonight? 38 points tonight.
Yeah, the offense did good. You know, we gonna have to rely on them some games, and they pulled through today.
Northwest lost tonight. Y'all are probably going to be number 2 in the country next week. What does that mean for you guys?
It's big. Just know all the hard work we put in this summer and stuff is really paying off right now.
All right, congratulations, Jackie. Go see your folks.
Thank you.
On the field with Omni Wells, running back from Moss Point. The Bulldogs offense was good tonight, 38 points up on the board. What were y'all doing tonight that made you so effective?
The offensive line, they kept pushing forward. And like on most of our plays, we watched film. So preparation really helped us pull forward to get them 38 points.
You guys are 5-0. What does that mean for you?
It really doesn't mean nothing right now because we're taking each game one step at a time. So we're going to celebrate this game through Sunday, and then next we'll be going on to Southwest.
The defense tonight was really outstanding. What'd you see from those guys?
Those guys up front, they're strong. Like I said, they're strong, they're powerful, they pursue to the ball. They made stops, they made big plays, turnovers, and we just helped them out and try to get some points on the board.
You guys are probably going to be number 2 in the country next week. Northwest lost tonight. What does that mean?
Again, it doesn't mean anything. You know, your spot can be gone in a second. So you got to keep moving forward. You got to focus on the next game, and you got to let your pass celebrate that. It's over. You got to go up to the next team. So you can't look forward to all the way at the championship. So we just got to keep going.
Well said. I think Coach will be proud of that one. Congratulations, Omni. We'll see you next week.
Yes, sir. Thank you.